I'm the Grow Boss, and I write the Grow Book and Equipment Guide.
This is a video about Light Rail's RoboStick.
Probably one of the best things on the market for the money. And you know how I always tell you the number one problem that comes through my store and calls my helpline is too much light. And you know how I'm always telling you that moving your light solves that problem. But then if you have the RoboStick, woo, that makes it even better.
But before we get into all that, let's take a look at the RoboStick, the hardware pack, how to set it up, how to use it in a tent, and of course, a couple of safety pointers. Hi-ya! A good place to start is with the channels on the RoboStick. Notice 3 are similar and 1 is different. Now you can put the eyelets that hold the hoods on any one of the 4 channels. You can also change the length of the eyelet that goes into the RoboStick so you can raise your hood if you're in a short situation or you have tall plants. Now let's put it all together. And setting it up is super easy. Just slide the bolt into the channel that it's meant for, about halfway down or 12 inches, and then lock it down.
All you have to do is spin the RoboStick on until it stops, back it off till it's 90 degrees, tighten the nut down, lock it down at the wrench, and there's your RoboStick. And all you have to do is start moving your light and watch your yields go up. While you probably think nutrients are going to get you more weight, let me tell you, moving them, a light mover will get you 25% more for like 7 watts worth of electricity. So now, instead of your light being 4 feet away, because you're moving it, you can put it 3 feet away, take advantage of the extra penetration and the extra space at the end of your garden. Remember, double your light, double your yield, double your nutrients, kill your crop. And just like a cloud coming between you and the sun, moving your light off the plant gives them a chance to cool down. Because let's say this is a 600 watt light. If you're gonna grow 1 pound dry under a 600 watt light, because that's what you can get on average from a 600 watt light, then you're gonna have to fill up this whole tent. Because remember, 1 pound dry is 3 pounds wet. This is a 3x5 tent, and if you grow buds 2 feet deep, you're gonna have about 30 cubic feet worth of bud. That's 3 pounds wet or 1 pound dry. But you can see the light's not evenly distributed, right? So the first thing to do is turn on the mover. Now you can see that the light's going to hit all the corners and the edges, right? But notice this one's also on a RoboStick because you can see front to back it's not spreading the light out the same way either, right? That's why all you have to do is turn it 90 degrees with the RoboStick, and you've got your whole garden covered. You know how I'm always telling you the number one problem that comes through my store and calls my helpline is too much light? Well, moving your light solves that problem. But then if you add a RoboStick, woo, that makes it even better. And that's also why I always tell you, move it or lose it. Here's another reason why I tell you, move it or lose it. This is a 600 watt dimmed down to 400 watts, and you can see the spread in the tent. Again, if you turn the hood sideways, I'm going to tighten the RoboStick down. If you turn the hood sideways, you can see the change in the distribution pattern. You can see it spreads it out over a greater area with the light mover, and by turning the hood sideways, it better fits the tent.
And before we go over some safety features, I just want to remind you that yield is based on light, quality on grower talent, and it takes a certain amount of space to get a certain amount of yield. Because if you think you're going to hit those numbers when your plants have too much light, they're overwatered and overfed, you're never going to get there because your shit's got to look good like this.
Now you can use a RoboStick with a 1 light setup, but you can't use it with the Add-A-Lamp kit for the 2 light setup because the hoods hang directly from the rod. You can see the light rail motor can handle even the biggest of hoods, but if we add a RoboStick, I think we can do something about this space right here too. I'll show you. This is what the same hood looks like on a RoboStick with the eyelets down. If you have plenty of space, this might be easier, but if you're in a tent or something with a limited amount of height, then you probably want something like this. Especially if things are going good and your crop got away from you and your buds get too high, because heat's going to ruin the smell of it, right? Okay, I want to show you why it's so important that you move your light. Like right now, these two lights are over these two plants. Then, as this one moves into the middle, you can see it shifts the bulk of its light onto this plant. This plant now has a chance to cool down. This plant is under the main light. The light continues to travel back, and now that this plant has had a chance to cool off, the light comes back on the plant. This plant gets a chance to cool off, and then this light will come back over this plant, and this plant will get a chance to cool off. So you can put the light a little bit closer and get a little better penetration down here by moving your lights. That's why I always tell you, move it or lose it. And you get 25% more bud when you grow with a light rail light mover. Okay, so that's pretty much everything you need to know about that.
And if you want to see more light rail products and more videos about setting them up and using them, you can watch them here one at a time on YouTube, or you can switch over to thehydrochannel.com and watch the entire video with bonus footage and without the commercials there.
Okay, I'm the Grow Boss. Thanks for watching my videos. And if you want to buy my books, you can find them on eBay, Amazon, at your local hydro store, or from my website, thegrowboss.com.